Hey. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Venus Self-Love Fridays for another installment along this self-love journey. Hold on. Music is not, I don't own the rights to this music. It's Apple Music in the background, just to get that out the way. Just burning some Palo to, clear the space for the messages that need to come through, cleanse and clear the space. And my phone too. But y'all know the vibes. Not gonna take up too much time on this Friday. Truthfully, just y'all know the spiel if you've been with me and watching. I have a preset spread. Shout out to the Simple Tarot, which is where I actually got this spread from. And this week it is how to practice unconditional self-love. I know a lot of us, if you've been along this journey, we do know that, some of us or most of us, freely give love. But we don't ever think that we need to give it to ourselves. And we do need to give it to ourselves first, before you can't give anything from your cup if it's empty. Hey, Chica. But for the most part, it takes practice to give yourself give yourself the love that you so freely give others. So that's why I wanted to do this spread tonight. So it's just, how do we practice unconditional self-love to ourselves? It's a 4-question spread. As always, I'll grab the overall energy with one of my oracle decks, which will be the Work Your Light Oracle. I'll clarify with that 90s tarot because it's one of my favorite decks. And then for the guidance or advice on how to best, utilize the energy with what's going on right now is I'll be using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. So this is just a general collective. It's not specific to any zodiac sign. If this isn't your message, it's just not for you. If, it's something, if something does resonate, just take what does and leave the rest. And, it's just for you. I mean, some people, if you already practice self-love, then you know what it is. If not, you can always start. So we're just going to jump right in and see what's going on. So in regards to the Self-Love Friday, what message do we need for the guidance on how to practice unconditional self-love? What message do we need? And I read these ones out the book, but I believe, although I read the tarot intuitively, I think I'm gonna read these animal cards intuitively too, just to cut down on time. But we're gonna see what message we need on this Friday night. Listen. So we got one card out. And this was on the bottom of the deck before I even started shuffling, and it came out. So somebody needs this message. So we got Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And then we also got Mirror for the overall energy, which is who or what is triggering you. So are you mirroring somebody? A person, place, or thing? Mirroring. Hey, so we'll see. So these ones, like I said, I'll read them out the book and then we'll jump into the tarot to see why they're here. And with the 4 questions that go along with the spread. So I haven't seen, this is my first time the Mirrors card has come out. So I haven't read that one yet. So we're going to read that and see what's going on. So, the Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often, it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in your life, or currently triggering in you, and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, will we need to cut them down in order to rise to their level? The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed. And when we remain hurt, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. So who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? And what part of you longs to be witnessed? And that's so crazy. I just made a post about that, about, how a lot of the things that we see in other people are just projections of what, is either lacking or what we feel is lacking and we don't want to deal with within ourselves. That's crazy. But I like that. So the next one we have is Unbound, which is 108. Let's see. Girl, I'm telling you, these cards be a mess. I love it though. You gotta take the constructive criticism, never hurt nobody. And if you're not open to it, you're gonna be missing out on a whole lot of shit, if you ask me. So Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And these cards come with activation. So to activate this card, you place this card on your heart and say, I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. So, freeing ourselves from, I'm telling you, this been coming up a lot, especially, you know, into things that we hold on to, certain patterns, certain traumas, certain, like, it's so much that, you know, a lot of it we're not even aware of. But this is exactly why I do what I do, so that we can, you know, move forward and, you know, without the baggage. Like, I know y'all know Erykah Badu's Bag Lady. If you don't, take a listen to it. Listen to what she really is saying. Listen beyond, you know, just beyond the words if you can. Because that's what she's talking about. Like, you gonna hurt your back. Listen. I got my baby here. I need, you know, I want to be here for my great grandkids. You feel me? I'm not about to be dragging all this stuff from stuff that hardly half the stuff ain't even yours and you carrying it. So it's like, nah, we not doing that this time. Girl, I'm telling you. So with the first question in the spread, because it's only 4 questions, right now, the first question is, what needs to end? And just as I look on the bottom of the tarot deck, we got the 2 of Swords, which is like you're refusing to look at some shit. On the traditional 2 of Swords, she has both swords crossed over her chest. So, of course, she's protecting her chest, her heart, but she's also has a blindfold on, but she has 2 swords. So it's time to take the blindfold off, to look at the things you may not want to look at, you know? And it's like, we have to, in order we have to know where we've been to know where we're going. But it doesn't mean that, you know, it has to come with us. We have to be able to look at it, work through it, and let it go. So the first question is, what needs to end? So what needs to end in whatever area of life, it could pertain to any area of life, what needs to end in regards to, you know, giving ourselves the unconditional self-love that we need? What needs to end? What patterns? What traumas? What mind states? What needs to end? So we got 2 out. In the first, 2 came out. We got the 8 of Pentacles, and then the 7 of Cups. So the 8 of Pentacles normally represents, you know, putting in work. It can also, it can mean focusing on, you know, certain, like one thing, to not, just as that 2 of Swords was there, not looking at something else. Because on the traditional 8 of Pentacles, he's working on one. He's built up the 7, but his focus is strictly on one pinnacle. And here in this depiction, it's basically saying, like, even that out. Don't focus on, you know, one thing. Don't try to place your focus on something so that you don't have to look at something else. That needs to end, because ultimately, with the 7 of Cups here, it leaves you confused. You got 3 cups down, 4 cups up. Like, it's not balanced. And it could be in regards to something emotional from the past with the 6 of Cups here. And it's like, stop, you know, this could definitely be like emotional trauma, emotional baggage that we need to, you know, just stop it altogether. Stop dwelling on the past. Because the more you try not to look at it, the more confusing you become. And as you see here, like, all of these cups are all standing upright. But look at these 7 of Cups here. They're all going every which way. Like, it's like you could even be, you know, trying to focus on something so that you don't have to focus on those emotions. And I tell my daughter all the time, you got to express yourself. You know, you have to say and speak what you feel. Don't keep it buried inside, because you end up being the one drowning. So what I see here is like avoidance. So that needs to stop. Avoidance. We all go through things that are meant to teach us certain things. So that was the first question. The second question is, what needs to start? What needs to start? What do we need to start doing to practice this unconditional self-love? Look, what needs to start? Give me one more. What needs to start? Listen. Hey, I love it. So we got that 6 of Cups came out, and then the 9 of Cups. So what needs to start? We need to start acknowledging the past emotional traumas, issues, patterns, that have caused emotional wounds within us. And ultimately, following what we know with the 9 of Cups here, which is wish fulfillment. Whatever you wish for, whatever wish you want is there. You can have it. You're just holding yourself back from it in a way. And I say that to say because the Ace of Cups is here on the bottom, which is normally your blessing. So by you trying to avoid, things, ultimately stops you from or blocks the blessings that are due to you. Your wish fulfillment is here. The Ace of Cups is here. But with the 6 of Cups, it's like, don't avoid what you went through. It made you who you are. It's like, bring it into awareness. Once you bring it into your awareness, you basically can kill it. Whether you speak it, however, you have to express it. It has to be expressed. That's the only way feelings, get rectified, is by being expressed. And even as I say that, we got the King of Swords, which swords are the communication. It is communication. This is the King of Swords, and he knows. He has his sword, and use it. Listen, you got use it. Speak. That's one thing that we are so lacking today. Everything is a meme or an emoji, and everybody just, not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's like we've kind of forgot how to verbally communicate. But I can say that the language has been manipulated so much that, it's kind of hard to take anybody for their word, because they say one thing and do another. But, that's another video. But yes, it's seriously. Look at how these cups is lined up. So your wish fulfillment is there. You just have to take the past, that 6 of Cups, that emotional baggage, and bring it into your awareness. That's the only way you're going to work through it. Because I'd be damned if I'd be working hard just to be confused. No. When your blessing is within reach, because with the Ace of Cups, the only thing between the Ace of Cups and the 9 of Cups is the 10 of Cups, which is the ultimate stability or, emotional fulfillment. So it's there. Just got to tap into it. Them triggers come up for a reason. And I know that it's easier for the first reaction to let us, it makes us mad, or if it comes up in the person, 9 times out of 10, I'll say, and this is just from experience, I've been in situations where, I don't even know somebody, but I'm just it's not that I don't like them, because I don't have a reason not to, but they obviously trigger something. There's something that I see in them that I know is in me, and that is triggering. And 9 times out of 10, when you meet somebody like that, it's because y'all are one and the same. And if you notice, if that ever happened to you in your life, it's like you ultimately turn out to, that can end up being one of your best friends. But it's that initial reaction, that initial trigger, what is it? And it's like, I swear it's happened to me so many times. It's happened to me so many times, and I'll be like, yo, what is it? Like, why? Or, and it was like, they would bring up parts of me that I wasn't, just like the car said, I wasn't ready to acknowledge within myself. But once you get past that, it, like, the relationship could be so beautiful, I'm telling you. Whether, I've mostly had it with, like, coworkers, like, it's crazy. And I'd be like, yeah, you know how we get as females. And, it's not just to say that it's only females, males too. But it's ultimately like an admiration in a way, if you really think of it like that. Like, damn, they're showing a part of me that I'm scared to show. But once you get past that, it's like, yo, I respect that. So it's like, at least that's what I do. Like, I figure out why is she I don't even know her, because I start feeling bad. Like, I don't even know this person, and they just rub me the wrong way. But it's like, yo, that's you. So how can you rub you the wrong way? Now I accept that and keep it pushing. So that's just me though. So the third question we have is, what needs to change? So what needs to change so that we can practice this self-love? What needs to change? I just heard, go for what you know. I don't know where that came from or who it's for, but that's just what I heard. What needs to change? One more, please. What needs to change? Ooh, they gave us 2 more. So we got the 3 of Wands, Judgment, and the 5 of Pentacles. Excuse me. So what needs to change? And basically, just like what I said with this 3 of Wands, normally he's on, he's waiting on his ships to come in. And it's like, why wait? Go, just do what you know that you need to be doing. Just go, just charge ahead in a way, especially with this depiction of the 3 of Wands, with all of the wands pointing straight up. That's how I see it. Like, just push, go forward. Stop judging. As I just said, like, it's crazy. Because ultimately, this is how it leaves you feeling with the 5 of Pentacles. Like, they normally say, like, it's left out in the cold, or, weathering the storm. But it's also pushing through. Like, just stop prejudging. That's what needs to change. Prejudging the situation. And 9 times out of 10, it's in our head with the 6 of Swords. It's in all of these swords pointing up. It's like, let those, whatever thoughts you had go, let it go. Move out of that, that mental, I don't want to say jail, but it's just like the mental part of what you're doing. Because, 9 times out of 10, they're just thoughts that we're having about these things, or about these people. And it's like, don't prejudge. Just go, just push through. For real. Because right after the 5 of Pentacles, you get the 6 of Pentacles, which is balance. And that's all that's required is balance. You can see the balance in this card. You can see the balance in this card. Like, that's it. Look it. J. Cole in the background coming through. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. All right, let's do this last question. So what's the next step to practice this unconditional self-love within us? What's the next step? Damn. Look. What's the next step? That came right out. What's the next step? Look at love yours. And I've seen this too. So we got the 4 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So the next step is truly, the 4 of Swords normally represents healing. So with the 4 of Swords, you need to, exercise, and being that they're all pointing up, is like come up out of the mental space with your healing. Bring it into, bring your feelings from the head space and bring them down to your heart so that you could feel it. And it's even, express it. That's why these swords are here, so that you can bring forth the healing within yourself. I tell people, even if you don't have nobody to talk to yourself. You could even write. You can, write, journal. But it's more of the point of getting it out to bring forth the healing. So the next step, number 1, is healing. The second step is stop over analyzing with the 7 of Pentacles. Don't always fear that, this kind of has something to do with, like, normally people see it as an investing card. But this is like, trust yourself. Put the investment in yourself. Because that's the only way you're going to heal. And I mean, we're talking about self-love. So you have to be able to do this for yourself first. Invest in yourself. And then as this with the King of Wands, it's like, then, take action on that. Take action on that. The 5 of Swords is here is like, drop the defenses. All the swords are down. Stop trying to, be so defensive or, have so many but this and but that and this happened to me and that happened to me. Let it go, because up under that, all you're doing is self-sabotaging yourself with the 7 of Swords. It's kind of like you're defeating yourself. And it's like, look at, the more I pull off the bottom, the more it is. And it's like, it's gonna be transformation needed with the Death card up under that. It's gonna transform you. But look at where it puts you. It puts you in the High Priestess status of using your intuition, which is basically all it is. Go, like, just what I said, go for what you know. I don't know why it came to me like that, but it did. And it's like, go for what you know. And what did I say after the 5 of Pentacles? You get the 6, the balance. Because no matter which way you cut this, you got 3 on all, like, you feel me? Like, the balance will be brought in. And why? This is why I love this deck. You know the drill. I love it. I love my cards. I love it. Yes, so stop being, so defensive. I mean, only thing that it can do for you is show you, like, who's for you and who's not, truthfully. And the ones that are for you, they'll be right there. And the ones that are not, they'll be cut away. They'll just fall away. Honestly, like, that's just the way that I see it. They'll just fall away. Everybody comes into your life for a reason. What they say, a blessing or a lesson. That's why this mirror is here. So, we're going to jump into the advice. And, I was going to, just see what guidance or advice we need here with the animal cards. I have, right now, the bottom of the deck is like the hummingbird. And we all, I just seen my first hummingbird real life this year. And I thought, like, I didn't even know what it was because I had never seen one before. But as it, flew past me more than once, I was like, oh shit, like, wow, they're beautiful birds. So if you've ever seen one, it's a sight to see. But just with the hummingbird here, it's like you can see all the color that's just waiting. It's waiting. And this is all like you getting into alignment. But as you see right here, that's lit up. Yeah, it's lit up in red, but that's the throat chakra. That's the speaking. Getting it out. But also, going after what you want. A hummingbird, it says in the book that they go to the same place, like they have a set spot. They go to the same spot for the nectar that they look for. They are specific to one, they go to the same spot all the time. You feel me? So get to it, like, come on. Because ultimately, by you holding on to stuff, your sweet spot could pass you by. We don't want that. These little birds was fast. But what guidance or advice in regards to unconditional self-love do we need? I'll do one for each element. So we'll start with Earth. Mercury is in Virgo. So Earth. Give me one for the air signs. And the moon is in Libra today too. So that's earth and air. Wow. Give me one for the air signs. One for the fire signs. And one for the water signs. Ooh, we got 2 for the water signs because we lit. All right. So for the air sign or for the earth signs, we got the lizard, which is fire, I believe, just the element. Then for the air signs, we got the frog. For the fire signs, we got the golden egg. And then for the water signs, we have the lamb and the butterfly. The overall energy, is the tarantula. So it's all in this is for everyone to formulate a plan. Everybody knows how tarantulas work. And it's not even so much about formulating a plan. It's just don't be so, I'm not going to say scared, but do I want to say skittish? Is that the word I'm looking for? Get rid of that skittish energy. It kind of almost feels like when you're getting ready to jump in the rope, if you play double dutch, don't hesitate. That's what I feel off of this tarantula. But we're going to see right now. I'm going to read these off real quick. I was just going to go ahead and do it intuitively, but I think the message will be deeper felt if I just, read them and let you guys take your own interpretation, because I see it a lot. But, we're keeping it down to the self-worth, the topic of this Where's the wizard? Let me just find the tarantula. I hate that these book ain't numbered like that. All right. Look it. And I knew what I was feeling. Yep. I knew what I was feeling though with this tarantula card. So this is for everyone, the overall. At a crossword, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. What did I say? Yo, I love when it just come together like this. I swear. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It knows you'll choose wisely. Listen. When in balance, it follows its intuition. When out of balance, it hesitates or over-intellectualizes. And to bring into balance daily journaling. Yo, I love it, because this is what I fucking do. I love this shit. I love when it just comes out. And I don't want people to think, like this tarot shit ain't no joke, but the messages come right through, and then when you read it out the book, it's like bam, confirmation. So I like that, because that's exactly what I felt. Like just go for it. And I said, yeah, if you gotta get it out, journal. It helps. I've started doing it, and I'm just like, yo, this book gonna be worth $1 million by the time I'm done. So for the earth signs, we have the lizard, which is instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and the dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. When in balance, it's artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. And to bring it into balance, a creative project. So what did I say? Avoidance. Y'all earth signs out here avoiding? It's time to get one-on-one with your star player. Get one-on-one with the star player. Next, we're doing the frog for the air signs. Clearing, cleansing, healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. Listen now. When in balance is clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance is depleted and running on empty. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. And that's why I said with these swords, like, get out your head. So that's perfect for the air signs. They represent the swords in the tarot. So I like that for the air signs. I love it, love it, love it. Get into it, air signs, okay? Fire signs. The golden egg. Message at the center of the heart. The unstruck sound. And it's Leo season too. Which represents the heart. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart. Staying open to any response you hear, engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. And this represents spirit. And coming out, especially in Leo season, there may be a specific message if you're a Leo. So take that as it resonates. That's a good card. And lastly, we have the lamb and the butterfly, which is earth and air for the water signs. So let's see. And Let me grab the Lamb. So if you are a water sign, and I know it's been hard out there for us water signs, listen, we've been getting our ass kicked this year, it seems like, but we gonna make it through, y'all. We gonna make it through, okay? I've been seeing so many of my water sign friends going through it, but we gonna be all right. So the Lamb, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, receive. When in balance, knowingness and inner peace. When out of balance, quiet, timid, or concerned. And to bring the Lamb into balance, meditation and listening. And then just because we so special water signs, and Spirit knows we having a hard time right now, but we gonna be all right. We got 2 cards, so we also got the butterfly. So undergoing great change or transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships. Or if you love your job, perhaps a career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer done at the same place and times will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. When in balance, the butterfly is cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, it's fragile and frustrated. And to bring it into balance, a daily routine. Yes, water signs. So we're going to be all right. We just got to, hone it in. And as do all the signs. I loved it. I'm glad I was able to come on and get this out for this Self-Love Friday. Whatever triggers is pulling you up or, pulling up within you, just go through it. Ask yourself why they're there. Ask yourself why is it this person that's triggering you? Because 9 times out of 10, y'all share qualities. And what people fail to realize is that we have more in common than we do not. That we have more in common with each other than we realize. Because we're all humans having the same experience. Yep, you gotta ride the wave and don't get swept under. And if you stay ahead of the energy, that's the only way you're able to ride it and enjoy it. Enjoy it, just go with it. Go with the flow. Look, just like when this card came out, go for what you know. Like, otherwise you'll just be creating unnecessary resistance. And I want to say the last weekly that I did, or the weekly that I did for this week, I actually titled it Wipeout, because for whoever is resistant, shit is about to get spooky. And it's not, to say that in a bad way, but too much resistance, man, listen. You got to show the universe that you are, number 1, an individual, but number 2, like, you follow what you feel. If you don't do it for so long, you're basically saying to the universe, like, I don't give a fuck. This is what I'll accept. And then the universe will be like, fine, I'll just keep handing it to you. Like, you don't want better? You don't think you deserve better? You don't want your wish fulfillment? Fine, I'll keep you away from it. Like, you could stay in this energy over being overworked and confused. That's basically how the universe works. You have to show it, and then it shows you. But it's only going to reflect to you what you putting out there. The mirror effect. Like, we gotta get past the unnecessary gripes and shit like that. And I'm only speaking from experience. I know, I went through it, and I've seen what happens when I'm not like that versus what happens when I am like that. And it has to be Yeah, IG be tripping. I hate when they do that. So they give me 40 minutes before they try to clip me, which is crazy. But like I said, you have to just make the conscious choice to, to do good, like to just be good. But it's not even about being good or doing good. It's just about being yourself. That's what it boils down to. But in order to, keep things in balance, give to yourself first. Satisfy you first. Don't worry about everybody else. You can't worry about everybody else. They got to work on their shit too. But it just is a constant deflection that goes on. And that's not good. All they doing is, it's like you end up playing a game of tit for tat. I don't know. But that's just me. But I liked it. I think that I'll probably do one more in this series for self-love. I think next Friday will probably be the last one that I do. And then, I'm going to switch it up a little bit, find a different, it's still going to be, self-love Venus Day, because Venus Day is Fridays. But I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And I'm glad, I was able to, get this message out. So, as always, I thank you all for tuning in with me on this Friday. And I hope that, this message resonated for, you all. And I will see y'all probably on the midweek check-in. I'm not too sure about that this week, only because I have a few things on my plate. But if not, I will definitely see y'all on the next Self-Love Fridays, Venus Day. So thank you. And I'll holla later.